Greetings petrolheads, my name is the Tom, you're on my gaming channel and it's time for another episode of Automation, the car company tycoon game. I'm gonna build two cars from the same make and the same era today. No engines though, I'm just gonna go for 1973 or so. 1974 maybe. And first of all I'm gonna have you guess a little bit which brand that could be, given that we are in 1974. And points points to everyone who guessed it. It is going to be Ford this time. The first one is a Mark II Escort, and then the other one will be a Mark III Capri. So we'll start with the Escort here, and it's a shame that this particular body shell does come with these fixed chrome bars here. I would rather have them from plastic, but there's no option to do so. Straight up, I have no idea what kind of suspension setup this is running, and spoilers, I'm not gonna be building engines in this episode because I don't think either of those engines are particularly interesting to build. For example, you know what's so interesting about, for example, building a, say, 1.3 liter 60 horsepower inline-4 engine for the Escort? I mean, what's so interesting about that engine? I want to keep it exciting, you know, and obviously on the supercar, for example, I do have, just to name a few examples of what's on my list of replicas to do, we have, for example, a Mitsubishi Evo X, we have a Koenigsegg, we have a Ferrari 488 GTB, so there's plenty of engines coming up in the future. For today's episode, there won't be engine builds. I hope you are okay with that. And like what I did so far was pretty much straightforward. The badge, I adjusted the shape because I wanted to resemble the shape of the Ford emblem a little bit better. And I would love it if this chrome bar were not fixed for this body. I would love to, you know, put down some plastic there and put the indicators in between and make it look like the real one. Unfortunately, that is not the case. I can't take those chrome bars off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put down these right here, and they go almost all the way to the middle, like so. And then we have a number plate right below these vents, and it is pretty square, like that. And that is basically the front end of the Escort. Now on the side we don't have really much else other than door handles, and they look, let me see, they look like they look most probably like these. And then on the rear end we have some taillights that are almost the same as these. Not quite though, because the indicator is proportionally wider than it is on this fixture. So I'm gonna help that out by putting down another of these indicators. Make sure it overlaps so the difference can't be seen that easily. And there it is. Then I'm gonna put down one of the optional, you know, black lip spoilers that you could have on this car, so to make it look just a little bit more interesting, a little bit more sporty. And also I'm going to put down the number plate right between the tail lights. Just gonna go like this. And we only have one exhaust on this thing, and the number plate is narrower. We only have one exhaust on this thing, and it's really small. And it goes to the on the left side, pretty much like this. Okay, now this is basically, well, let me rename this thing. This is an MK2 Ford Escort. Good. And now for the next build, we're gonna close this for a second and start a new car. We're gonna go to the same era, 74, maybe 75. And for the Capri, let me see, is this what we want? Yeah, it has a resemblance. How about this one? Oh, that's a bigger version of it. Yeah, I think the other one would be a little bit too small. Or was the Capri really that small? Give me a second here. Okay, so the 1978 was the year in which the MK3 Capri was introduced, and it had a wheelbase of 2 meters and 56 centimeters. And since wait a second, where is it now? Yeah, that is 237 and the other one is 268. So 268 is closer, hence I'm gonna go for that. Okay. So what kind of body shell modifications do we need to make? We need to make this rear window longer and this whole and the whole rear end longer. Or like so. No, that's definitely not it. Like, this has to be or this has to be even longer. This doesn't look like a Capri. Let me refresh this a little bit. This part right here goes straight out. Goes like so, and on the front, what do we need to change here? Not really a lot. Maybe lower the nose a little bit. What does this change? Oh, okay, so this should be quite flat here, and then I think we're good to go. So what we're gonna do is, oh, I have no idea what to put on here, so I'm just gonna go for whatever I think feels right. Actually, I think I should lower the nose as a whole, like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and put down the grille first. This is too long. More like that, okay, and then we want these headlights and we want 2 of them next to each other. that is not the way I intended this to go. I did not have enough space here yet, but I do now. Still not quite, it's still standing over the edge there. What if I make it a little bit smaller? I have to make everything a little bit smaller. I think that's okay though. You can justify that. So there's that. Obviously we also have a fourth badge on here, which is why we're not gonna go to ellipse but to badges and do the same thing we did on the Escort. This, by the way, is going to be the MK3 Ford Capri. Again, this chrome bar is kind of annoying. I would like to put down the indicators on it, but I can't, as we saw on the Escort. What else does it have? It has the number plate also on that bumper. Can't put that there either. And below that, it basically only has two vents. Like, come on, like here, like so, yeah. Then we're gonna improvise here a little bit. We're gonna make the indicators where they're supposed to be, but a little bit further down, as a result of the fact that we can't put it on the chrome bars. Yeah, okay, I can see a Capri in here. We do have some door handles on the side, if I remember correctly. So let's put these down. And then on the rear end we have a little bit, something that's a little bit, just a little bit more complex than the Escort, but still not, you know, still not very complex. Can we make this so this goes actually straight instead of in a bow like it currently is? Whatever. So we're gonna put down the number plate first. The rear end of this thing is just so off. We're gonna put down the number plate. Like so. Then, let me see, we have a red taillight. Interestingly enough, this can apparently overlap the chrome bar, but you can't see it then. It's alright. This is exactly the same height, excuse me, as the number plate is. And then we want, you know what, let's custom make these tail lights. So so that everybody gets their share of, you know, aftermarket styling, if you will. There's that, and then we have basically two fixtures, two red fixtures here, but one is darker than the other. So I think we are going to put down another one of those that is half as wide as the first one. It doesn't really make any difference. Or does it? No. No, it doesn't. Whatever, we are going to... Wait a second, what happens if I stretch this across here? It still looks like... Then one can still see the outlines of the singular taillight fixtures, so that doesn't help with that. But we are gonna put down this indicator, which is not as wide as on the Capri, or on excuse me, on the Escort, like so. There's that, and then we have the Ford badge on the side here, which is something I can't replicate in this game because badges are always in the center. I only see modified Capris here on Google Images for the exhaust. Oh, there we go. There's a stock one, or kind of stock one at least, and it has its exhaust here. And there's basically that. Yeah, I can see a Capri in here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, please click the like button, it helps out a great deal. Also consider subscribing if you want to see more content in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.